It was a force choke. Something reached through and the force choke.
The force is with you.
The force is not with me. It's a force choke. It's Darth Vader. How are we doing, everybody?
Hola.
Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggy with It. I'm Will.
I'm Audrey.
And I'm currently not able to speak. Darth Vader had me. Today is what day?
Star Wars Day,
Star
May
Wars
the
Day.
4th.
May the 4th. So May the 4th be with you. So we are doing a special Star Wars week. So we are playing games today. And then we are going to play on the 6th, which is called Revenge of the 6th. Although some people do Revenge of the 5th. But we didn't want to compete with Cinco de Mayo. No, don't compete with Cinco de Mayo. So we'll be doing another gameplay on the 6th. But today, what are we playing?
Star Wars Destiny.
Star Wars Destiny. So Star Wars Destiny, unfortunately, is a failed experiment by Fantasy Flight Games. They ran it for, I think, 3 waves, and then they just stopped. It was kind of like a collectible card game, dice game, where you randomly bought booster packs to get dice and cards, so that way you could build like a better deck. So we have a couple of starter decks we're going to be playing through today. The first one is the 2-player pack. Then depending how long it takes us, we may play the individual Luke Skywalker and Boba Fett pack. We'll have that uploaded as a separate video. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera over. We'll give you a brief rundown of how the game works. Then I guess we will battle it out, right? All right. So here we go. We are set up for a 2-player game of Star Wars Destinies. And why is that?
Because there are 2 players.
There are 2 players, so we can only set it up for a 2-player game. So we are playing, like I said, the 2-player starter pack. That comes with Rey and Kylo Ren. Now, these are different versions. These are the ones, I guess, from like The Force Awakens, whereas they were sold individually as well, and they have a different set of cards, different dice. In the starter set, you only get 1 die, so they're not elite characters because you can actually have 2 die, and they're costs when you're building decks, because you do deck construction and stuff with this. As you know, we always play the decks as the way they come. But so Audrey is Rey here. So Rey has her 1 die, and then she's playing with Poe. Poe has his 1 die. Now, what are their abilities?
Rey, it says after you activate this character, if she has 1 or more shields, you may deal 1 damage to a character.
So basically, as long as she's got a shield on her, she can do extra damage.
And Poe, it says, give a character 1 shield. You may turn another die to any side.
All right, so that's good because basically he can now give her those shields that she needs. So there are different sides of the die. Each one will have a different ability. And you're trying to roll for whatever you're trying to accomplish. Do you need more resources? Do you want to refresh your die? Do you want to attack? And so forth. I have Kylo Ren and Captain Phasma. Kylo's ability, after you activate this character, I can choose a color, red, blue, yellow, or green. Each card has a different color, those 4 colors. And then reveal a random card out of Audrey's hands. If it matches, I do 2 damage to her. And then Captain Phasma, basically if I get her special, which is the one of these symbols, there we go, that symbol right there, I can deal 2 damage to a character or 3 damage instead if that character has 6 or more wounds. So Captain Phasma kind of ramps up as your opponent gets wounded. So on your turn, you can take one of a few different actions. One, you can play a card from your hand. You have a hand of 5 cards. To do that, you are going to have to play some type of resource cost at the top corner of the card. There will always be a resource cost. You can activate a character and any support that you have in play. So if I activate a character, say Kylo Ren, and he also has his lightsaber, then I would activate him. I'd grab his die. I'd grab his, pretend like he's got his lightsaber down, and I would basically roll both of them, and then this would be my activated character. So I now have a dice pool. The next thing I can do is resolve my dice. So I could then choose any dice that have the same symbols, and I can activate. I'm going to activate this one, which is attack 1. Now I would do 1 damage to one of Audrey's characters. Next is, say I don't like my dice roll. Maybe I want to get another attack here to make that more powerful. I can discard a card to re-roll this dice. The only thing with doing that is it is going to impact me because one of the loss conditions is decking out. Similar to Pokemon, you run out of the cards, you are no longer in the game. You can use a card action. So some cards are going to say action on them, and you can basically activate that ability. Some might have a cost, some might not. And then the last thing you do is claim a battlefield. So at the beginning of the game, we're going to end up choosing one of these two battlefields based on our extra life dice roll. It basically determines who goes first, who goes second gets 2 shields, who goes first basically gets that and gets to go first. It's kind of like the constellation to make sure that, oh, well, I'm going first, so therefore I'm immediately going to do damage and you can't do nothing about it, right? But when we claim these, it basically ends our entire round. We can no longer pass, but they give you some type of ability. This one here allows you to reveal the cards. If it is an event or support, you do 1 damage to your opponent. This one, if you claim, you basically get to add either a shield or spend a resource to add a shield to a red character. So blue is 1. This one is 1 plus a resource. All right. So that is all you can do there. We're going to continue taking turns, either activating dice, rolling dice, doing whatever we need to do until we can no longer do anything else. We don't have any resources to play cards. We have no actions to play, and we've utilized all of the dice in our pool, in which case we will pass. And as soon as both of us pass in the same turn, that's the end of the round. We'll refresh back to 5 cards, get some more resources, and then continue until, well, one of us loses all of our peoples. All right, so that is that. And we do need to figure out who goes first. How do we do that?
With our 20-sided extra life die, because we support Children's Miracle Network through donations, and you can also help if you want to help the niños
Para los niños.
using the links down below.
Links down below. So click that, make donations, make niños feliz.
Sí.
Although make is not correct.
Hagan felices a los niños.
Oh, sí, that's muy difícil compared to what I said. All right, so we're going to roll. I'm going to go with even. That is a crit 20. So if anybody sees this and wants to do what our thing is, whenever we roll a crit 20 during a live stream, you're supposed to do a super chat. But if you're watching this after the fact, just click the link and donate. Super donation. There we go. So that is even. So that means I get to go first. I don't like that shield one because that benefits Ray. So we're going to discard yours. And we're going to play with the Hanger Bay. I don't get any benefit from it. Now that does give you 2 shields. So you can either put them both on one character or you can split it between your 2 characters. It's up to you. Remember, Ray benefits from having shields.
Mm-hmm. If she has 1 or more shields, you might deal 1 damage to a character. Give her 1 shield. I will add 2 to Ray.
Okay. So as my first turn, I'm going to play a card, which costs me 0 resources. Remove all shields from a character.
No!
I can't help it that I had Intimidate in there. All right, so now it's your turn. And it is very quick because you only get to do 1 thing per turn.
Well, yeah, that way, yes, of course.
All right, so
this is 1 resource.
Give a character 2 shields. Yes, spend 1 resource and give you your 2 shields back. All right. All right.
And this is discarded. No, see? Or what?
Yeah, it's discarded. Yep, and they never come back. So you're right. There's really no reason to put them near our pile because we're not going to shuffle them back in. I'm going to spend 2 to add the Guardian. So I have the Praetorian Guard. Attach your character. The attached character, which would be this one, has the Guardian keyword, which means before I activate this character, I may remove a die showing damage to deal damage to that character, or to this character. And I should have a dice that goes with them. All right, so back to you. I really had to explain Guardian because it's a very weird keyword.
Damage. Oh, I lost it. Okay. How do I get in resources?
You'd have to have a card, or you have to roll your dice and get resources off your dice.
So this one says, if I play this, I will just run out of resources.
Right.
Choose a symbol showing on a die
Can't do that one yet. You haven't rolled any die, and I haven't rolled any die. So
Oh, I thought this could be.
No, they're not activated. So you probably want to activate first.
Activate.
All right. Who do you want to activate, Ray or Poe?
Array.
All right. So activate Ray, and then roll her die. All right. And then that was her turn.
That is it?
Yep. All right. So I'm going to play, as I have foreseen, ambush. I can take one additional action after I play this card. Look at your opponent's hand. Not that hand. So what is it? What do we got? Red, red, blue, blue. So I got a 50-50 shot. Okay. So I'm going to activate Kylo Ren. And it says what I can do is when I activate with the Guardian ability, I can take the damage that is on your die, right? And then I can remove that die. And then after I activate this character, I can choose a random card from your hand. So shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I'm going to say red. That is blue, so it failed. It would do 2 damage to you if it succeeded. Yeah, so I did Guardian. So I removed the die. I took 1 damage. And I get to roll both of these. So I got the helmet. I don't know what the helmet does. And I have this thing which allows me to disrupt, basically discard one of your resources. I don't know if I like those or not. Okay, your turn.
So you don't do that?
No, I can't. All I do is I activate, and then I have to attack on another turn. That's the whole thing. Is it's like you only get one thing at a time. I got 2 that time because this card let me not only play this card, but it also let me take a second action. This is exactly how that's intended. Is you're supposed to play this card, then activate him to look at your cards. But I failed.
No, can I play here?
Yep. Recon. Choose a symbol showing on a die, then turn another die to the side showing the same symbol.
I did this one. Can't I use this one?
No, you haven't activated them yet.
Oh.
You have to activate them first.
Activate.
Although he doesn't have the same symbol, so he wouldn't do you any good on him. Yeah, you can just activate him and roll him and then do damage next turn.
Reroll.
Right. So it gives you the ability to re-roll 2 of your dice if you wanted to. I'm going to discard this card to re-roll both of my die. So that's a minus, but that is a 1. At least now I have some damage going on. All right, back to you.
No, because she's not active.
Because she's not active.
But I activated her.
But I made your dice go back. That's what his thing does, is it makes it so I force your dice back by taking the damage anyways, but then it means that you can't try to re-roll that dice or use it for anything.
So this one, turn your dice to any side. You might spend 1 resource to turn another die. Huh? To turn another one.
Yeah. So if you had 2 resources, you could turn 2 die. With 1 resource, you can turn 1. So you can turn that one to any side. So you probably want to choose the side that has 2 guns on it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I don't have any resources, so I can't play that. So I'm going to activate Captain Phasma. All right. Well, that's okay. Do that. You don't have any resources, so you pretty much, unless you're going to discard to re-roll that 1 die, which doesn't make sense. So you pretty much just want to activate. Right, yeah, you pretty much just want to activate that die to do the damage to me, and then pick who you want to damage. All right. So who do you want to damage?
What is? Oh,
Kylo's got 1. Yeah. Well, he's at 11, and she's at 10. Yep. So,
Kylo
Ren. All right. 2 damage to Kylo Ren. All right. And then I'm going to activate her die, which is a reroll. Reroll this one. There we go. Now, your option is pass, or since you can't really do anything else for the round, because I've seen your hand, unfortunately, you can claim the hanger, which then allows you to look at the top card of my deck and possibly do 1 damage to you. But that
So
would
you
end,
know that because I cannot.
yeah,
I
you
cannot
can't do
spend
any.
it to
Yeah, you
this.
have no resources, and you have no more dice to roll. But
So
if you
this-
claim that, yep, you just put it on your side. Then you get to look here, and if it's a event or a support, right?
If that card is an event or support, deal 1 damage to a
Right?
character.
It is an event, so I guess you want the damage on Kylo.
Let's see.
All right. Doesn't go anywhere. It stays in my deck, but that does it. All right, so I'm going to activate Kylo Ren. So he has 3, 2, and 1, which is 3. Going after Rey. Oh, when you activated Rey, you had a shield, didn't you?
I had 2.
Okay, when you activated a character, deal 1 damage to a character. All right, so he should have 1 more damage. Yep, forgot her ability. There we go. All right, so I do 3 damage. I'm gonna do all 3 of it to Rey, so that gets rid of her shields, plus does 1 damage to her. All right, and then you can't do any more because you passed. I can't do any more because I don't have any resources, so I'm gonna pass. So that is the end of the round. So now we ready our characters back. So ready all of our cards. All right. And then we draw back to 5.
Back to 5. So I keep those.
Or you can discard. I mean, it's your choice to discard. Remember, you run out of deck, you run out of cards. So it's whether or not you want to keep. Say you have a bunch of high cost cards in your hand. That could be very unadvantageous. Unadvantageous. No bueno. All right. So you have the hanger, so you get to go first.
Okay.
Mm.
So, but I should can I don't know. I spend both.
Okay.
I don't know how to get resources.
I don't know how important resources are in this game. It's on the die. Every single die has a resource. Say 1, 1, 1. You would have to roll the resource and then activate the resource instead of using it as an attack.
Okay.
Right? So
and
this
play
is
teamwork.
okay. So an upgrade. Which one are you going to upgrade? Poe or Rey?
Poe. I mean Ray.
Right. Okay.
But it says give a character 1 shield.
When you roll that symbol. Yep. So when you roll that symbol or you activate that symbol, then you're going to give 1 shield. Otherwise, you might get +2 to your lightsaber, or you might get the 1 resource. But it has the highest chance of getting that one. See? Because the thing is, if you roll a gun, it doesn't do her any good. It'll do him good, but you can't mix and match. All right. I'm going to activate Kylo before I lose him. I don't think I'm going to lose him right now, but you don't have to tap that. You have to tap it. All right. So I activated him. So I get to guess a color. I'm going to go with red. Because you played 2 blues and a red. Red. Woohoo! So that means I get to do 2 damage to a character. So I'm going to do 2 damage to Rey. All right. And roll my dice. 1 and 1. Wow, that would give me resources. Do I forgo trying to damage you on the next turn? Tu turno.
So now that I have this symbol, did you put that there?
That's just these are not, you can't, these dice don't count for anything right now because they're not in your dice pool. You can either do what you can turn a dice that you've already rolled to match my dice or to match one of your own dice. But you've not rolled any dice because you've not activated anybody yet. So anything that says modify a dice roll, you can't do until you've got dice out in the pool. Or you can do it against my own. Like you can make my own change too. Because remember, the cards that say change a die, it's not talking about your die. It's just talking about any die on the table.
Move 1 damage. I know, but I don't have resources, so I don't have idea what to do.
Well, then activate your people. You have 2 resources. Oh no, you spend them at the beginning to get them out. Yeah, so just activate Ray and just roll all those dice. See. Sorry. So this will be for follow-up turn. This makes me discard a card, so it's kind of a way to mill my deck, so that way I lose cards and could possibly lose that way. And then of course that one allows you to, if you want to keep it, give Ray a shield on a subsequent later turn. All right. Okay, so I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this event, which is 1, and turn a die to a side showing a lightsaber. All right. Doesn't say how many, so I'm guessing it's whichever one I choose. I don't know why you would ever not choose the 2. Right. Do that enough.
So now,
You can either.
if she has that, I can play the one that allows me. No.
Well, or you can just discard a card that you don't want to reroll both of them if you don't think you want to do the shield and you don't want to make me discard a card. You can just. When you activated, you didn't have a shield, so you didn't get to do the 1 damage. You want to reroll them?
Yeah, so I
All right,
discard.
so discard. Yeah, so discard a card. That one that you keep saying that you keep trying to change the face of the die. Well, that one would work now because my die, because I made this a 2. Technically, that other card would work now, but you don't have any resources, so you can't play it.
Okay, then I discard that.
Yep. Discard a card. And then re-roll as many dice as you want to re-roll.
1 or 2?
Yeah, you can re-roll both. If you don't want to use his teamwork ability, yeah, you just re-roll it. All right, so you did get 2 lightsabers, but you did not get a lightsaber for Rey. So you need to get a lightsaber for Rey to be able to use that lightsaber. All right. So I'm going to use Kylo's 2 lightsabers against Rey.
Rey is dying.
Well, that's how this game works. All right, so it's your turn. Same thing. You can discard a card to get that, or maybe you can activate him and get a reroll. Or maybe he'll get a 2 guns and you can just shoot me with the gun instead.
Okay, activate him.
All right, roll his die. Well, that
Nothing.
is not helpful.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and activate that to get 1 resource. Discard to reroll him again.
Yeah, because
And then, yeah, I would say keep that one, but you'd want to reroll those 2. There you go. And you got his special ability. What's his special ability again?
give a character 1 shield. You might
So yeah, okay, so you'd be able to give Rey a shield.
you might turn another die to any side.
And you can turn a die to any side. So yeah, if you activate him first, you give her a shield and you'll be able to turn that to a 2. And do mucho más damage. So I need to find a way to stop you from doing mucho más damage.
But when do I do that?
On your next turn. Remember, everything's 1 turn at a time, so it's kind of a pacing thing. All right, I don't like that ability, so I'm going to pay my 2 for subjugate, and I'm going to remove a die. I don't like how that could combo very muy bien for you, but you can still attack me for 3. Is that what you're going to do?
See, pero so I don't get my shield for her?
No, because I removed that die. Lo siento.
So I attack you.
Yeah, you attacked me for 3. So now I'm at
3.
6, 7, I'm at 8 of 12. So I got 4 hit points left. All right, so I can't do anything with those. Activate Captain Phasma. All right. So unless you have something for 0, then I guess you're gonna take the hangar bay again.
I don't have anything for 0.
To claim the hangar bay.
Yeah.
All right. It is a support, so I'm guessing you want to do 1 damage to Kylo. All right. What is her ability? Oh yeah, so deal 2 damage to a character or 3 damage if the character has 6 or more. Ah, she doesn't have 6 yet. So it only does 1 damage to you. All right. And you already did that, so you passed for the round. I can't do anything else, so I passed for the round. So now we activate. Or ready. Wake everybody up. You get 2. I get 2.
I need plus.
And back to, I know it need less, and back to 5 cards. So like I got cards that cost like 4, 3, 4. These, I'd imagine you just basically can't spend anything during a turn. Or you have to use the resource dice. All right, so you get to go first because you have the base.
Can I activate so I can reroll so I can do the I want to do this one. Heal 1 damage.
Well, that's with his die. So when you play him for 1, then he's going to come out as a support, and then you get a die that you get to roll for healing.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you do that. Then you put him out, and he's a support though, right? Yeah, he's support, so he just kind of goes over here. And then where's his die? Yep, there you go. So then what you would do is the same way you would activate them. You activate him, roll his die to get this symbol, so that way he can heal. But yeah, he's support. So he gives you shields, gives you resources, or gives you healing.
Or nothing.
Or double nothings.
Double nothing.
Double nothings.
Mythical droid.
Well, I don't like any of these. So I'm going to activate Kylo. So because I activated him, I get to choose a color. I'm going to go with gray. You're giving me a look as if you don't have a gray card. Should I choose a different color? No? Gray is a good color?
Of course. I do.
All right. That is rojo, which is not gray, so I don't do any damage to you. I got 1 lightsaber, 2 lightsabers. Those are pretty good. Right?
So I activate him.
Yep.
I roll his die.
Mm-hmm.
Why you give me a nada?
He gave you a nada, which doesn't help me one way or the other. So I'm going to activate Captain Phasma. That is nada. Back to you.
Now what with him? Is he still active?
Yeah, I mean, you can re-roll them, but remember, you got to either discard a card or have one of these as a re-roll dice. Or have a card that says turn any die.
I'll discard 1.
All right.
So I can re-roll his.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, more resource.
Resources.
Oh.
Well, you have to activate the die to get the resources. I don't like I got 2 that are 2, and neither one of them help me right now because you haven't done anything. So I'm going to. Gosh, I like this one, but I need 3 resources to do it.
It had to be me.
So I can't do this because you have to be able to do both on a card. It's sometimes it'll say that you have to do one thing and then you have to do the other thing. It's like you can't not do part of the card because it doesn't exist. Yeah, well, that's fine. I'll just discard this to reroll, which gives me a reroll. Okay. Thank you,
He
Bella.
has a huge appetite these days.
I don't know why it's at night only.
I need to get his resource. So
You
I
activate. Yep. So well, you just put it on back on your card, and that gives you one resource.
Offer.
Yep. I'm going to activate her reroll, which gives me a gun.
Okay, I'll play this one.
For some reason, I feel like these lights are brighter than they should be today. Direct hit 2. Resolve one of your die showing a damage increase. Oh, you don't have any die showing damage yet. You haven't activated your damage people yet. So you have to activate Ray first.
But what? Okay, I activate Ray first.
Yeah, whenever it's talking about a die, remember it's talking about the die out here. All right, so rolled. Okay, so you activated her. She doesn't have a shield, so she doesn't do the extra damage. But you can go ahead and roll.
But what about these icons?
These don't count. Maybe I don't know if there's a better way to play this, so you don't know. I guess put them down here until you roll them. I don't know. But if they're on the card, they're considered like not active. They're only active for dice changing here when they're already rolled and out there. I don't even know if that's the proper way to do it, is to have it on the cards. I know that's just the way that the video I watched did it. So that's a shield and a resource. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and activate Captain Phasma. So because you have, oh no, it doesn't do the double because this is a regular gun. What do you got? 3, you're at 6. So it's 6. So I'm going to go ahead and activate Kylo then. That does 2 more. I'll put you at 8 of 11.
I discarded my heal.
Well, no, here's your heal. Or you had another heal.
Oh no.
Then you can activate Poe to try to do a reroll.
Activate Poe. That's not Poe.
That's not Poe. That's your medical droid. So you got his special. So that allows you to change a die plus add a shield. Remember, that was really good last time. Well, it was really good until I removed it. So I'm going to go ahead and just shoot with the captain, which puts you at 9. Right? So if you activate him, then that'll give her a shield, right?
If I activate him.
Yep, give her a shield, and then you can change any die to a different face, right?
Yeah.
It says you may turn a die to a different face. So you could turn this to her 2 swords, so then on your next turn you'd be able to attack me.
This one to the 2 swords.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to play First Strike. Deal damage to a character equal to the value of an opponent's die showing a damage symbol. So that's 2. But it's only 1 because you blocked one of it. All right. So now your turn. So Guess you're wanting to hit me back for 2.
See, is he dead now?
I was at 9, 10, 11. One short. If that would have been a +1, you would have been in business. All right, I can't do anything else, so I'm going to go ahead and claim the base. So I reveal the top card of your deck. It is an event. So because it is an event, I get to do 1 damage to a character. So that goes there. So you're at 9, 10, 11. So that knocks you out. Adios, Rey. Lo siento, mi amor. Rey es muerte. All right. Did you want to do anything else this turn?
I want to kill him.
Well, you don't have anything there, so it's whether or not you have something in your hand that you can do with your 2 resources.
He's at a, what? 3, 9.
Well, you won't be able to kill him this turn, but if you play that and upgrade Poe, then you'll get the extra gun. Oh, no, that does have 2 shoot by itself. Okay, yeah, you might actually be able to... Well, no, but you can only activate this when you activate Poe, so it wouldn't be able to activate till next turn, or next round. But yeah, that'd be good on the next round.
But it's still 2 damage, or 3.
Well, with the special, yes. Or it can add 2 to whatever Poe has. So if you put that there, then you should have a dice for that. Yep. You want to do anything else, or do you pass? I don't think you can do anything else, so.
Pass.
Pass, all right. So ready, ready.
That was ready.
Ready, ready, ready. And draw back to 5. Okie dokie. All right. So I get to go first. Oops, I forgot. We get mass resources. I was trying to combo. I've got this one that gives me 4 resources, and I got a droid commandos which cost 4 resources. So I'm going to pay 1. I'm going to attach that to Captain Phasma, which is Jedi Rival. After you activate a character, you may remove 1 shield from a character.
To roll one of these dice, I have to activate that person first.
Yeah, you activate the person and you roll all the dice attached to them.
So I'm going to activate Poe.
All right, so then you get to roll both dice.
Oh, because...
Or did you want to upgrade him first? Where's your... Oh, there it is.
I wanted to do this one that costs 0.
What's it do?
Reroll one of your dice,
Well,
then you may resolve it.
that'd be in your next turn, because you have to roll them first. Yeah, so roll them. Yeah, when you activate, roll them first. So you have a resource, and you have a resource. But you
I
may,
have them, but I don't have it. I have it there, but
you have them in your pool to spin later. Yes. All right. I can't afford anything else in my hand, so I'm going to activate Kylo before you have a chance to kill him. Because I activated Kylo, I get to guess a color in your hand again. I'm going with blue. Azul. Es rojo. Alright. Well, that was not very effective. I got a nothing and a make you discard a resource, I think. Discard a resource. Yeah. It's not useful. I guess it could be, because then you don't have 2. Right?
my resource.
So now you could play that 1 to re-roll.
So I play that one as 0. Reroll one of your dice, then you may resolve it, increasing its value by 1.
Yeah. So if you re-roll it, it turns into a gun. Then you can make it
Double.
one more. But so you want to do pose. You don't want to do this one. You want to do pose.
So I lose that resource that is showed there.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is a resource. So but that means you can immediately activate it. If you want to immediately activate it, that'll give you 2 resources.
Okay, see, I want it.
So you immediately activate it. That gives you 2. And because you're immediately activating that one, you can also immediately activate this one because it's the same. That's if you want to. If you want one more, or if you just want to stick with 4 and try to re-roll this later.
I'll stay with this.
Okay. So discard. All right. I need a re-roll, so I'm going to discard this one because I really don't care for it. I'm going to re-roll everything. Ooh, muy bien. So you might want to see so now you want to see if you have a way to change my die or something that just says change the face of a die.
No.
No.
Wait.
Does he have a no? He doesn't have a reroll. He just has shields. You try to get shields from your medical droid.
It has. I mean, I have one that allows me to do one more. Oh no, I cannot play that yet because I cannot have enough monies.
Okay. So you can discard to reroll, or you can activate your droid.
Okay, I play this. Logistics. Put a red character to resolve one of your dice, showing a resource, increasing its value by 1. So that means I can roll.
So resolve one of your dice, showing a resource, which is that one, and you increase the value by 1. So if you resolve, no, that means you resolve this, and you'll get 2 resources. 2 more resources.
Oh, I'm resolving one. Okay.
Yeah, so it had to be red, spot red, meaning you had to have a red character out there, which you did. Yep. And all right, so I'm going to activate here. It costs me 1 because of that. So that does 3 damage to Poe. So what do I have? 3, 6. Okay, so yeah, I'm 1 hit point away. Okay. Tu turno.
If I want to play this, I just pay the resource and add it to somebody.
He just sits down here on the side, and then you can use that action on a later turn.
Sit there.
Support characters. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna activate the captain. Captain me, captain. Oh, she got 2 guns. Oh, now she doesn't have 2 guns. No, give me the 2 guns back. Gracias. Back to you. You haven't activated your medical droid yet. Or you could go ahead and take advantage of that now to get rid of this, which means I won't. Yeah, if you do that now, that gets rid of that die. You discard him, and then this dice goes away.
Okay.
Which means I can't do any attacks to you. All right, since I can't play anything, I can't attack with anything, I'm going to go ahead and claim the base. By claiming the base, I get to reveal the top card, event or support. That is not an event or support. That was raised weapon. A little bit late in the game for that one. So I did not get to do any damage to you, but I do retain first player next round. All right. So now it's you. You can play as much as you want. So if you want to activate your medical droid, roll the die, try to get some shields or healing.
Okay, I activate.
Because I can't do anything else. So
activate him is
rotate him and then roll his die. So 1 resource. So you can either choose to accept that resource, discard a card, or re-roll the resource.
Re-roll.
Okay, so discard a card. Oh, you like them all.
I only 2.
Oh, you only have 2. What were you hoping for? A shield? Alright, reroll. So that's a special ability.
Heal 1 damage from a
alright.
character.
So do you want to use that?
See?
Alright, so put it on your card. And we'll heal that off. Alright. Do you want to do anything else with your resources? Are you saving them for the next round?
Do you have resources?
No, I can't do anything. It's just you until you decide to pass. So if you have some way to do 1 damage to me or a way to make me discard something, I don't know if that's an actual ability or something to improve your character for next round. You can do it. Otherwise you pass and we go on to the next round. All right. So we get 2. Ready your characters. I don't know why I turned my upgrade too. I don't know if you technically have to. All right, and then draw back to 5. All right, so I get to go first. Huh. So, like, some of them say that it has to be played on a Jedi, but some of them don't, even though it's, like, blue or red, right? Like, I'm playing the opposite thing. But this one says, after you play this upgrade on Kylo Ren, deal 1 damage to a character. Does that mean I can only play it on Kylo Ren, or when I do attach it to him, but if I attach it to somebody else? You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird one. Well, what's this one? Oh, this one, yeah. See, this one says blue character only. So I think I'm going to lose Kylo. So I'm going to pay the 1 to do Dark Council. So basically, Dark Council allows me to draw a card and re-roll this die instead of moving it from your pool. So basically, it's a free action. Or a free draw of a card for an action. Ugh. Next step.
What did you do?
I just moved it off of him onto its card. That's all.
Okay, I play this.
All right. Fierce Resolve. Reroll. Well, you can't do that yet.
Because they are...
You haven't rolled anything. Yeah, so you have to activate your people before you play that one.
Can I activate all of them?
Well, you activate 1 character, so you'd activate Poe, and you'd do both of these dice. Yep. You roll.
No?
Mm-hmm. So you got a resource and a nothing. All right. I'm going to go ahead and activate Kylo before you kill him, which is what I said last time. Because I activated him. Oh, don't let me see your cards more. I actually saw your card, so I'm not going to do this. So, because I'd know what you got. You have all blue.
Don't look on your card.
I'm trying not to. I just looked over towards you and happened to see your cards, which were like here. All right. So there you go. All right, your turn.
So it says okay, I'll pay for this one.
Okay.
Reroll 1 of your dice, then deal damage to a character equal to the value showing on that die.
Okay.
So the value is...
The number.
What number?
That's
whatever
a 0.
it shows.
Yeah, whatever the number is. So this one has the highest chance. One, you get 2, 2. This one has 1, 2, 2, 1.
Yeah.
And they're about even odds. Well, technically, you'd want to re-roll that one. What was this one?
This one.
That was a resource, right? Yeah, that was a resource. You're better doing this one because it's nothing right now. You don't lose the die. You don't resolve the die. It's just allowing you to roll it and then do damage without it having to be a damage symbol. So that's 0. Still a 0, but it does. You can use it for your special ability.
I paid for this.
I know you did. Nobody ever said paying for things is going to get you something of value. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack this one. I paid my 1, so it does 2 damage. All right, back to you. Now remember, you can activate that. And if you activate that, that gives you a shield. Plus, then you can turn this to a 2.
Okay.
So you activate that. It gives you your shield. And then you can turn that to the 2. I have no resources. Why do I keep looking at my cards? Oops, and I need my bad guy. So I got a reroll, and I got a 1 gun. Okay. Tuterno.
Okay, I'll do his
Attack.
attack.
Alright.
Adios. See?
Yep. So that means this goes away because I didn't get to use it. Goes away. Ella goes away. So now it is 1v1. 1v1. Captain Phasma versus Poe Dameron. Alright, I'm going to activate the reroll. So I'm going to reroll this dice. Well, that wasn't very useful. Actually, can you reroll the same die? Focus. Turn it. Oh, no, it's turn a die to a new side. So it's not a reroll, sorry. Turn a die to a new side. There you go. Did you? No, you didn't have. You got the shield after I activated her. Dang it, I forgot about that.
So this one stays there?
No, I'm sorry, you used it, right? Yes, it goes there. So the only thing you got left is your medical droid or any resources you want to do. So if you have something that gets rid of this die, that would be good. Otherwise, you have your medical droid, which could give you possibly another shield.
I need to discard.
Discard to do what?
No?
Mm-mm. There's nothing you can do with a discard. You haven't rolled your medical droid. It'd be, like I said, if you have a card here that says change the face of any die, you'd want to use that against this to change that from a 2.
But I don't.
Then activate your medical droid if you don't want to activate any of the other one, or don't want to play one of your cards. Roll it. Special. So
Heal 1 damage.
is that all he does? Just well, not yet. And you gotta wait till okay, 1 your turn. All right. So I'm going to activate her die, which does 2 damage. Oh, it does 1 damage because you have a shield. What's his hit points? His is higher than mine, right? Yeah, 11. Mine's only 10. All right. So then you can heal. And then I'm going to claim the hanger because I can't do anything else. That is an event card, so does 1 damage.
I just healed it.
I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've only got 3 cards left. So now you've discarded way more than I have, I guess. All right. Anything on your cards? Or you're going to have to pass.
Pass.
Pass. All right. So that's end of turn. You get 2 more. You're just stockpiling resources. That's what you thought the name of the game was get as many resources as possible. All right. So ready, ready, ready. Ready, ready, ready. Draw back up to 5. All right. Um, yeah, I really can't. I can't play any of my cards. I'm going to activate this. Oh, went too far away. Nothing and a change of dice face. All right.
So I need to ready to have things available.
Now you have an upgrade card in there, don't you? What's that blue one with all the dice on it? Oh, it can only be attached to Ray.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to.
I think.
I mean, no. It says it gives me more things if it is Ray who has this attached, but redeploy after this character is defeated, move this card.
Or 2 shields instead of its Ray. Okay, so you could attach the lightsaber to anybody. Okay. So yeah, I guess it would specifically say if you attach it. Yeah, if you can only attach it to a certain thing, it'll tell you
But
that.
to anybody?
Yeah, so he can have the So he could have had it last round. Yeah, so you just attach it to him.
Can I do that now?
Yeah, for 3. Then find her die. And then roll all 3 of them. Is that her die or is that the lightsaber die? That's her die.
Oh, sorry.
Lightsaber. Lightsaber. So you got a shield, a special ability on your gun, and a nada. Y un nada. That doesn't help me. I think I'm gonna do the same thing. Well, no, I've already activated it. Dang it, never mind. I'm gonna discard this because I can't use it because I don't have a blue character anymore to allow me to re-roll all of my dice. So 1 gun and a resource. Huh. Okay. So what's your special on your gun? Deal 2 damage to a character, 3 damage if it's attached to Poe. Oh, so if you just activate that, that does 3 damage to me. Huh. I don't like that. Guess that's what you probably want to do. There you go.
Oh, because
you're attached to Poe. Because it's Poe's blaster, so you do 3 damage instead of 2.
Okay. So I don't roll. I don't roll this.
No, you're just activating that die. I really don't like that 1. I'm going to get the resource.
So I played this one. No. Oh,
Okay.
I needed fun. No. It says ambush.
Well, no.
Sí, pero it says decrease the cost to play the support by 1 if an opponent has 3 or more resources.
Oh, I do.
So I pay 4.
4. Ah, you lucked out on that one. And you get their dice. So they're yep. Yep, that one. All right. All right. So I'm going to play this one, which is gain 4 resources. So I pay 3 to gain 1. Why not? You need to do damage. So your best bet is to activate this to try to do damage, or yeah, this is your best bet is to activate that to do damage. Maybe you get a +4, then you know you want to re-roll Poe to get his gun, so then you can add them together. You gotta destroy 2 resources, which technically you could use on me, but you may want to re-roll. Don't know. All right, I'm gonna play this one. Turn an upgrade die to a side with a minus. So you had this one, so I'm going to make it the minus. Okay.
So ataque. No,
That's discard resources. You probably want to discard to reroll all of your dice.
discard. This one?
All you reroll as many as you want. All right, so you got the +2. Unfortunately, it's +2 lightsabers, which doesn't help Poe. That's a nothing. And that allows you to use his special.
Yours was, I think it was.
It was a 1 gun.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just gonna do the 1 gun because that's all I can do. That's it. Circle ball. And it's not actually when you run out of cards, it's when you run out of cards and have no cards in your hand, is technically what the rules say.
That what then?
That's the end of the game. Where's it? Where's the end game at? Building your team. Play a card, support card, upkeep, winning game. Here you go. If your opponent has no cards in their hand and deck at the end of a round, after the upkeep phase, they lose, you win. Yeah. So if you have none in your hand as well. So. Which technically means you could almost never lose as long as you just always keep that 1 card in your hand.
Yeah.
Sound the alarm. Reroll any number of an opponent's dice. Well, you wanted to do that before I did that.
But it did something different.
Well, yeah. Well,
This one? No.
these are all used. I have no more moves that I can do this round. So if you're going to play it anyways to reroll mine, discard it to reroll yours. Works the same way. Unless you, reroll as many as you want. I don't know if you want to keep his shield. Just remember, if you keep his shield, if you activate this, that gives you a shield plus, then you can turn one of these 2 dice. Or you can reroll all of them, or reroll one of them. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, discard this. And reroll. But this one is attacking.
But it's only attack with lightsabers. You need the black attack to be able to attack on its own. The blue has to be added to another lightsaber. So nothing again. Now that counts, but you need a resource. So I can't do anything else. I'm going to take the bay.
Why do you need a resource?
That is an event. So that means you take 1 damage. Which puts you at 7 of 11. So now if you activate him, right, that'll get you a shield. And then you may change any dice to another side. So you could change this to a 3 gun. Or you can change this to a 2 sword. Or 2 lightsabers. Swords.
This.
Sorry. All right. I can't do anything else because I took that. So you're gonna hit me for 3. All right. And then you don't have any more resources, so you can't do anything with that one. Do you want to do your droid? You want to do your droid? See if you can get a reroll maybe out of him. Well, he doesn't have reroll, but he at least has heals and shields. So that's a heal. All right. Anything else? No?
No.
All right. So ready, and put all your dice
But
back.
this card says ready or exhaust a sport. So when with this?
Yeah, so basically if you already exhausted them and used them, then you'd be able to play that to then use them a second time during that turn. No, that's not the right direction. Go there, and 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 there. Wink. Dos resources para ti. Dos resources para mí. Draw back up to 5. All right.
What if I have 3? Just
Well, then I guess you're drawing up to 3. All right, I get to go first. So I'm going to play this event. So spot a red character to take up to 2 additional actions. So this is my red character. And nothing and nothing, so that's not very helpful for me. And I get to take another action. So I'm going to discard this to reroll. That was pointless. Okay. When you'd activate a character, I may remove a shield from a character. I think I forgot to do that last time. Or maybe you added the shield after. I can't remember.
this one. Play only if you have one. No, sorry, if you have more ready characters than your opponent.
What you do?
Remove one of that opponent's dice.
Guessing you want me to remove the one that does the damage, huh? Gracias.
Gracias a ti.
To us the bestest. Alright, I'm going to play my droid commandos for 4. I've been wanting to play them all game, and I finally had enough to play them. And then they get a die. Alright. Back to you. Be careful, you get rid of all your cards, you lose. Best bet's just to start activating and rolling things. Well, no, you still want to activate and roll. You haven't even started attacking yet.
Who do I activate all?
Probably Poe is probably who you want to activate. You can only activate one at a time, so probably Poe first because he's your damage deal, or the strike team, and done that. And turn.
Oh, that's all both.
Yep, that's all Poe's. Poe has Ray dropped her lightsaber, and Poe snatched it up so he could continue the battle without her. So 2, and 1. So right now you can't attack on your next turn. This one, yeah, it's all that's attack. So you can't do it all at the same time because it's not the same symbol. That's the benefit of like the strike team is then this gun matches that gun. So when you activate guns, it does both of them. All right. So re-roll an opponent's die, and that opponent either resolves that die or removes it. So I'm going to have you re-roll the 2 guns. I have you at lightsaber. And then...
That's mean, Will.
Yeah, you either resolve it or remove it. So it's your choice. You can either... Well, you can't resolve it because there's nothing to resolve, so I guess you have to remove it. All right? So, 2 turno. Oh, you can still attack. You got 2. You still got your 2 lightsabers. That puts me at 3, 6, 7, 8. So I only have 2 hit points left. You have more hit points than I do. Because you still also have your healing over there. I'm going to activate my droids. Nothing. Alright. Do that enough.
I always read these, but no, I should not play them.
This is kind of a weird game because like it is a card and dice game, but I think the cards are like secondary. It's like really trying to figure out how to get these dice the way you want them so you can do damage or whatnot. And I think the cards are kind of like a secondary thing.
I don't know. I cannot heal with me.
Activate. That's 3. Right now, I can't do any damage to you, so you're currently ahead of me. All right, so I can change this to any face. So what's his best? A 3. 3. Back to you.
Ataque.
Es muerte.
Muertes.
See, there's nothing I could do about it either way. Because yeah, the one card I had was I would play it, but I still wouldn't be able to activate it that turn. So it's still, and even if I did, it was exhausts the support to reroll it on my red die. Is all it does. But he wins.
Because I didn't know.
Yeah, that seems to be the games you always win. It's the games where we're not really sure what's going on, and so either he gets the extra life medal. All right. And this did take us longer than 25 minutes, as it said, so we probably are not going to play the Luke and the Boba Fett deck. So if you guys want to see that, let us know down in the comments. Still don't know why those lights seem to be brighter today than usual, don't they?
Because I don't know. Because when we are small, I don't see the light of the lamp, but now I do, so I am not sure.
Yeah.
The only thing I did this morning was move it so I could get light from the window.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't do it. I turned it down. It was at 100 and 100, and I turned it down to 70 and then turned it back up to 100. Who knows? Either the camera's auto-adjusting weird or the lights are brighter. Either way. All right, so we're going to go over our first impressions of the game. So the first thing is the components. What did you think of the components?
I like the components. I like this dice.
I like the dice. The dice, big chunky dice.
Yeah.
We like chunky things. Big chunky dice.
And it's like
they're fun to roll.
I like that each one has the
character.
The character of the card.
And I like the art. I do like that the art's on it. I saw some pictures that made some of the art look like it was like screen grabs, but it's not. It's all actual art for each card. So each card actually has kind of like unique art for it. So I do like the art. The graphics are nice. I don't know if they got these from someone from Marvel Comics currently owns the rights to Star Wars. So I don't know if these are Marvel comic images or whether they paid artists to make them. Oh, hang on. There's an artist thing down at the bottom. Jeff Lee Johnson. Amin Naveen.
Naxiwi.
Yeah, so they did, these are original art, so that's actually really cool. The tokens serve their purpose. I do like them. The only thing, and I don't know, maybe there's some upgrades at some point, is I don't like counting hits with these, just because it's kind of hard to keep track of.
What do you call that?
The dials.
The dice.
Yeah, I know a lot of people use dice the same way we do in Pokemon, which technically you could do the same thing. It's just their hit points are bigger.
Marvel United.
Marvel Champions. When we play Marvel Champions, yeah, we use dice for that too. So that's really my only thing with that.
Marvel Champions.
Mm-hmm. Is that I like everything else. I get why they put the iconography of what's on the side of the dice. I didn't happen to use them. The text is pretty clear. I don't have a problem with the text. None of it seemed to be. The only thing that's ambiguous, and I guess this goes back to the rules, is it doesn't. The rules are very limited, and I've heard that with a lot of Fantasy Flight games, that the base rules, which Marvel Champions, are usually very limited. They don't give a broad overview of how the game should be played. It's like we're going to leave it open to interpretation. And the problem with this game was this game actually had like championship leagues, like kind of like Pokemon. You could go and play. And I'm like, with that much ambiguity, it kind of leads to some weird situations, kind of like we were talking about, like, well, this is a blue card. Can I play it on a red character? Like, that seemed kind of weird because it didn't specifically say. Specifically the one that said, when you attach it to Kylo Ren, this happens. But it didn't say it could only be attached to Kylo Ren.
I got confused with something that was actually meant to be for your dice. I don't remember. Maybe it was just my ignorance, but...
Yeah, that's also not really explained when you're talking about the die, right?
See.
They don't explain that die means any die on the table. it versus any other one. So that's kind of another thing in the rule book it doesn't quite talk about.
But I love this.
The player aids, yeah, great to have player aids. We love player aids, especially since it does have the icons on the back. Very uncommon in a small card game to have that. So next is the mechanics. So the mechanics of this game is basically rolling the dice, activating the dice, using your cards or your dice to then manipulate the dice so you can attack your opponent.
It was a little bit confusing for me. But it's because of me. It's not the game, it's me.
Well, I mean, maybe maybe it is a little bit how it is, because I think the dice pool part was where you were struggling, is that you roll the dice to put them into your pool, and then you can change the face of the die in the pool. And then when it says you can change the face of any die to match another die, it doesn't say that it has to be the dice in the pool. But the problem is when we're pulling these back, like, what's to say I don't just set all of these on my card to this? That's why I think it has to be out of the pool. So that's a similar thing in the rule book, where it's not explaining that when it means die, it's the die in the pool, and it can be your pool or it can be your opponent's pool. But at the same time, that is kind of cool. That's a cool mechanic, that my cards that say change one die to any symbol, it doesn't have to be mine, right? I could change yours because maybe you've got 2 damage and I can change that to prevent you from damaging me. So I think that's kind of cool. The other is the card play and the character upgrades. Did you like that you get to upgrade the characters, or?
Yes, that is important and useful. but I don't know. Well, it actually says upgrade.
Yeah, upgrade weapon,
and
upgrade
it has
title.
The name of the. It has like this one. Okay, it says pose, but this one, I just know, like here it says I could add 2 shields if it was attached to Rey, so it makes me, of course, understand that I can attach it to somebody else.
Same as Poe. Poe says if it's attached to Poe, you do 3 damage. If it's attached to Rey, because
so here's
the other thing you can do, and that's one thing I didn't mention, is at the beginning I kind of said it, but you can deck build. So if you wanted to, you could, for example, mix and match. You could take characters from the Luke deck and put it in there. So you could actually have a deck with Poe, and then in here you get, I think, Han Solo. So say you wanted to do Han Solo, right? Han Solo also has a gun, so technically you could go, if you're playing Han Solo and Poe, then you see what I mean, you'd be able to attach it to either one. So that's why it's like that. In this case, yes, normally you're going to attach it to Poe unless he's knocked out, and then you might attach it to Rey, so you at least get a chance to maybe get the black gun or the resource or the ability.
You said this is similar to Pokemon, but to me it's similar to Marvel Champions.
Both made by Fantasy Flight Games, so that's a good point. So now, one thing that in the mechanics that I get it, but I feel like it can make the game go quick, but it also makes the game kind of go longer and kind of adds into that difficulty, is that you don't get to do anything when you activate. So that was like something like when you roll the die, you can't do anything with those die this turn. You have to wait till your next turn to do anything. So because we don't plan things out, most games we play, that does add a little bit of complexity, because now we're having to kind of think about, okay, I want to activate, like when I helped you with Poe, I'm like, you want to activate Poe first so he can give Rey a shield, and then he allows you to change Rey's die. Right? But if you would have activated Rey first, you would have done less damage, because you didn't have that other die changed, right? So it adds a little bit of thinkiness that we're not usually thinking about in a game. We're thinking, if we're going to play a versus, we just want to roll the dice and battle, right? We'll just play without any rest of cards. Who's got the higher numbers? But yeah, that was the one thing on the mechanic that was kind of strange to me. I get it, it works, but it was kind of weird to me. Was there anything in the mechanics that didn't work for you?
I think that I always needed more resources than what I could actually have.
Because you were trying to play a card game.
It's a card game.
You're right, it is a dice and card game. And I had that too, because remember I had these guys, I want to bring them out. I'm like, but you only ever get 2 per turn. So it's like, choose not to play any card that round, so you get the next 2. resources. I do feel like resources are very tight in this game. It's very hard to get the resources because the same thing is with the dice, you have to choose, do I want to attack or do I want to use that resource symbol? And it's like, it feels like it's always more important to attack, just attack, attack, attack.
Yeah.
Right? Is what it seems like. Difficulty. I do put this a little bit higher on the difficulty. I'd say this is probably about a 3.5. Just because,
no, it's
well, yeah, we could. I didn't check, but just because the reason I'm putting it that high is I think for my microphone. This is not the. I should have just grabbed my phone. I don't know why I did this. So, all right. So they're saying it's a 2.8. You're saying it's less than a 2.5. I think that's just people that play these types of games, CCGs, TCGs. It's probably all those Magic the Gathering players, and they feel like this is easy compared to Magic the Gathering. I'm putting it a little bit up there. Now, maybe again, it's because our first time playing, we didn't know the motions. We don't know the decks. Maybe if you know the decks better. Because again, this is a game that's made for people that build decks. Marvel Champions is made for people that build decks, takes the different cards, min-max it and optimize it to make the perfect deck. Again, this was like a CCG. You bought packs of cards, hoping you got better cards so you could upgrade your deck and make it better than your opponents, right? So for me, the main difficulty is that thinking ahead, right? The planning out a couple moves ahead, which I do better than you because Pokemon and all the other things, same thing. But I feel like that limitation does add a little bit of complexity of like, what should I do?
Yes. For me, it was not. I mean, I didn't think it was less than 3 at all. I was closer to the 4.
So, and I think that's one of the things with the difficulty rating on Board Game Geek. It is based on its genre, right? So they're comparing it to other games in that genre. So when you have a 4 and a worker placement, for us, that might not feel like a 4 because we're okay with worker placements. But you put a 4 or 2.5 in one of these types of games where Pokemon's rated like a 1. Trust me, they put. I think they got Pokemon as a 1 because again,
because it's
board
for
game geek snobs. Yeah, right. Because it's for kids, so they make it a 1. But yeah, I'll probably go on there and we can set a rating and it helps adjust because I do think this is probably closer to a 3 than a 2.28. Fun at 2. Well, it can only be played at 2, I think. It might have multiplayer mode where you can choose who you want to take. I think it's fun at 2. I mean, it's the way the game's meant to be played. It's a 1v1 battle.
Yeah.
We can't say anything. It's a 2-player game. I can't really say any way that it would be more
Even
fun.
though, well, the cards say something about your opponent. Oh no, an opponent.
An opponent, yeah. If an opponent has, yeah. So I'm not sure because in here it doesn't talk about extras, and then the box is a 2-player game box. So I don't know if it can be played at more at a higher player count.
Or maybe it means an opponent.
An opponent meaning one of my characters, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But no, 2 players is fine. I mean, that's I guess the way the game is really meant to be played. Is this the game we would go to if we wanted to play a head-to-head game? Can't say right now. Maybe we'll have to play the other 2 characters, right? And we'll figure it out. Unfortunately, I like these styles of little games again because I like card games more than you do.
But look at this cuteness.
That cuteness. But I guess for a versus game, we both like Here to Slay better, in a sense, right? And that's kind of the same. Well, that's where we're not fighting each other. Is there a fighting game that we like better, or we're just beating up on each other directly? We don't have many.
No, we don't.
We do have one that has mini choras that we haven't gotten yet. We'll have to do our shelf of shame and display those. So yeah, fun. It's fun. I like it. The Star Wars theme.
The theme is
That helps a lot compared to say Keyforge. Oh, by the way, Keyforge made by Fantasy Flight Games too. I see a trend. Oddly doesn't like Fantasy Flight Games. Lo siento, Fantasy Flight Games. If you guys have an idea of a Fantasy Flight game that Audrey might like, let us know. Because so far, none of them have been on her top
No.
list. Well, card.
But I don't know. I think it's just maybe my.
I don't want to say language barrier, but I think when games that have a lot of text on the card that you have to read and interpret what that means in terms of
trouble with that.
It's like
I don't know why I can't read.
I know you read well, you speak well, you understand English, but it's the comprehension of what this rule is telling you to do, which is kind of a telltale thing for me when you're talking about like age range and who you want to play. Is your language, your verbiage needs to be very concise. Again, that has nothing to do with the theme. But no, I do like the theme. I like Star Wars. We both like Star Wars, so that's good. This, of course, is the Force Awakens, but it does have some of the classic characters. Like I got Darth Maul here. I got the command droids. You had, R2D2, C3PO. So it does have a good mix of characters from across the universe, even though your character that you're playing might be from a specific movie or cartoon or animated series or something. Yeah, so that's Luke and the Emperor, right? No, Darth Vader. The Emperor's in the background.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's nice. I do like that they've mixed that, and because they're using art, it mixes very well. Like if they would have used movie stills, that would kind of break the thematics for me. I hate to say it breaks the thematics, but like when you have like movie stills, then you might have animated, and then you might have 3D because they just mix and matched and comic book art, and that I don't like, right? So I think they kept it very thematic by having these in here. All right. Anything else? No. So we will be back on the 6th. We will be playing Star Wars Talisman. Again, if you want to see us play the Luke Skywalker and Boba Fett decks, let us know down in the comments, and maybe we can get these in some future gameplay. Guess that's it. Donate to Extra Life. What else do you do? Subscribe.
Activate notifications.
Notifications. Oh, that YouTube stuff. Until next time, guys.
Adios.
Peace. I was going to say bye. Peace.